Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, that's my nephew. He will argue, but if he argue, maybe his vetting will go 2 days because we might have to invite family members to testify. I congratulate him. Chairman, my questions are just going to base on how I have been able to raise my nephew, his competence. And my questions are going to base on questions he has asked previous nominee. Mr. Nominee, Honorable Suhuyini, on your CV, I realized that there's no residential address. Please, can you provide us any residential address where you stay, both in Accra and in Tamale?
Mr. Chairman, for the records, he's my younger brother and he knows our house. He can put the address there.
Chairman, it's not for my, it's for the committee. There's a follow-up question.
On a more serious note, Mr. Chairman, I think that's an omission. I live at Hydrofoam Estates and Volta Estates, very close to each other, on the Spintex Road. And I'll provide the address if you permit me after this. Thank you.
Just tell them you are my neighbor.
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I thank you for that. I didn't know if I was permitted to disclose the location of your house, but the truth is that we live on the same road. In fact, it's a walking distance. Thank you. I'll provide that.
Chairman, I want to find out from the nominee. Are you disappointed that you are not made a substantive minister?
Honorable nominee, don't answer that question. Honorable Habib, your question is overruled. Ask another question.
Okay, Chairman, I'm guided. Chairman have disallowed my question. I'll move on. Somewhere last, your time in Parliament, at a certain point, you were kicked out from Parliament. Can you recount what happened and why you were kicked out of Parliament?
Mr. Chairman, even though you have overruled the question, I must say that I am surprised, not disappointed, that I am even considered among the 60 few to serve this country. It's a privilege. And I thank His Excellency the President and my party.
Honorable nominee, once the question has been disallowed, you don't provide an answer.
Mr. Chairman, I'm grateful that I'm grateful, but I just thought that I should put that on record for mischief purposes. I know my younger brother and I know what he can do, and it can go against certain factors. So I just thought that I should put that right, even though you overruled it, because I know the mischief he can do with that question. Thank you very much, and I apologize. But, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, I am a very respectful, very obedient, but also very firm in my beliefs. And I wasn't kicked out of Parliament. I was asked to go out of the chamber, not kicked out of Parliament.
Thank you very much. You provided
the same. I was asked to go out.
You've never been kicked out.
Never. Thank you.
Please proceed to ask another question.
Chairman, still on that, can you recount why you were asked to leave the chamber?
Still on what?
A follow-up on that question. He said he was not kicked out, but he was asked to leave the chamber. And I'm asking, why was he directed to leave the chamber?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think it was a day that the Right Honorable Speaker, as he then, the Deputy Speaker as he then was, Honorable Joe Osei-Owusu was in the chair. And there was some disturbance, like it usually happens sometimes during parliamentary proceedings. And perhaps he thought my voice was louder than everyone else. And maybe it is a gift of God. Sometimes when I was on radio, I met people who were surprised to notice how small and young I looked even though my voice was that thunderous on air. So I get, unfortunately, caught up, by unfair assessment and judgment sometimes, perhaps because of my voice. But it has also given me a lot of opportunities, so I'm not complaining at all. So I think on the day, my voice was louder, perhaps, than my colleagues. And he was not happy with how loud my voice was, and he asked me to leave the chamber. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, have you regret this action that led to you being asked to leave the chamber?
Which action? The voice being loud?
Chairman, you are the first Deputy Speaker of the 9th Parliament. And then if a member is asked to leave the chamber, it has to be to certain decision that the Speaker have to arrive at. So I just wanted to find out from the nominee whether he regretted those actions that led to him.
Well, I would, Honorable Habib, I would advise you to veer off that particular line of questioning in order not to open the door for the nominee to be attacking the integrity of the former First Deputy Speaker.
Okay, Chairman, I'm guided. In your CV, you mentioned the language spoken and written. I don't know whether it is in any particular order. You said English, Dagbani, and Twi. Is it in any particular order? And if so, why would English come before Dagbani?
No, it's not in any particular order. Thank you.
You said you are a proud Dagomba, and then you are from Tamale. You are the MP for Tamale North. Why is it that this all-important day for you, you haven't dressed to depict the Dagomba man in you and our culture? Why did you choose to dress this way?
Honourable Member, the question is overruled. Ask another question.
Chairman, then, Mr. Nominee, when Chairman overruled my questions, because you are my nephew, I don't want to litigate. I will obey. Rules, because if you look at your minister is from the Volta region. You are from the northern region. From Bisco in Tamale, all the way to the Boya, the bridge. That is from Sanargo Tamale South through to Tolong constituency to the Boya Mankarugu. Would you consider an emphatic overlay on that stretch if you are given the nod, as it will help as it connects 4 vital constituencies along the stretch?
First of all, Mr. Chairman, I don't have the capacity to make that consideration. So when I get to the ministry, I'll be advised accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you think buying government land is criminal?
But he is a minister designate for roads. Purchase of government land, do you come closer to it? However, then ask of his view. Yes. Ask of his view. It's not his thinking, it's what the law says.
Mr. Chairman, am I allowed to answer the question?
Please do, but be brief.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think that the disposal of government assets are guided by law and fair price. And I will stick to that. I think if it is lawful and it is fairly priced, as the law stipulates, what I think doesn't matter. Because you asked if it is criminal. What I think doesn't matter. It's the law. Thank you.
Chairman, because he's my nephew, I don't want to go deeper. Chairman, but my other question is that, Mr. Nominee, have you ever been denied a visa at the Netherlands Embassy?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I like the fact that he keeps, emphasizing the mistaken point that I am his nephew. But if an uncle can treat you like this, then you don't need a relation at all. But the truth, however, remains that he's my younger brother. But Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, it was reported in the news, and subsequently the embassy apologized for that mistake, which according to them may have happened as a result of the handling of the documents through the protocol officer. But I don't think that we should be, nobody is entitled to the visa of another country. And so I'm not entitled to a visa of any country in the world by the mere fact that I'm a member of parliament. And so if even it wasn't a mistake, I wouldn't have considered it an issue at all. I'm a very proud Ghanaian, and throughout my life, the only time I even acquired a Ghanaian passport was when I had the opportunity to travel abroad. I never dreamt of leaving this country for any reason whatsoever. I've always been proud to stay here and contribute my best to the progress of the country. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I think I have produced a very good, wonderful next view. Perception. This is perception. Many are of the view that you are rude, you are arrogant. How will you describe yourself?
Well, so many other people also, in reviews that I have seen, suggest that I am very humble. And in fact, many people have told me my humility will take me far. And I am minded to listen to that more than any other negative one. But, I mean, we are all not perfect. One thing you may know about me is that I am, like I indicated earlier, I'm not a pushover. I respect authority, I respect age, I respect institutions, I respect everybody. I respect the old, the young, the rich, the poor. I respect people generally. But I don't allow anybody to take advantage of me. I wasn't raised like that. My grandfather seated behind me would be ashamed if I allow people to take advantage of me. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I can see one of the paramount chiefs in my constituency, Yab Kasulilana, seated behind you. As a member of parliament last 8th parliament.
There's in Yab Nyangpalam too, or you haven't seen him?
No, I'm asking this question specifically to Kasulile, to the effect that I was able to reach out to the minister responsible for roads, that the road from Katangdani to Kasulile and from Kasulile all the way to Wanto has been awarded and contractors are on the road. But Kasulile Township roads is in a very bad state. Would you consider pleading with or liaising with your sector minister to, as you know, he's a very prominent person in your party. He's a chairman of the Regional Council of Elders, to at least do the Kasulile Township roads for him?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. It's a vague question. I don't know the scope. I don't know the capacity of the ministry yet. I do not also know the priority of the ministry yet. But by the grace of God and by your magnanimity, when I'm approved, I'm sure all of that will be requested. And with the assistance of my minister, we'll see what we can do about that. Thank you.
Chairman, I'm concluding now, even though I have spoken about Kasulile. You mentioned in Yabinyangpalana and his catchment area, he doesn't actually have roads problem because as an MP, I was able to do Changna Yile through Golenga to Dato Yile, and from Nyangpala to Tengwale, it has been all up to bitumen surfacing. All major roads in Tolo, from Tali, close through to Lungbunga has all been awarded, and the Tolong Township roads. So let me let me use this opportunity to congratulate you and to tell you that I am very proud of you. I know that you will go places, but only to advise you that when you go to the ministry, as much as I have been able to raise you, humble yourself and know you are a deputy minister. You are not the minister. Respect your minister. Give him all the necessary support. And with what I know about you, you will succeed and you will go places. I congratulate you, and I have no single doubt on your competency. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, except that I know that Honorable Habib grew up with my younger brother, and I'm sure that he's very upset sitting there listening to him say he's raising me and he's advising me. He grew up with my younger brother in the same house, and I watched them grow as my younger brothers. And I'm sure my younger brother will be very upset watching him say that he's raising me and he's advising me. But his, pieces of advice are useful. It doesn't matter how old he is. I take that, in good strides. But I just want to point out to him, when he talked about the roads in Nyankpala, that I was appalled when I drove into Nyankpal Lane's palace. And to have him say he has done all the roads in Nyankpala, I am surprised, because the road leading to Nyankpal Lane's palace is a shame. And maybe he should have considered that. But we will be prioritizing other MPs' roads, since he says he has done his already. But for the revered chiefs, we would have prioritized other MPs' roads, since he says that he took advantage to do his already. But I thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.